I'm going to call this meeting to order Tuesday, December 2nd, at about 9:05, 9:07. At the end of this meeting, we go into executive session per KRS 61.8101B, deliberations on future acquisition of or sale of real property by public agency. Only when publicity would be likely to affect the value of a specific piece of property to be acquired for public use or sold by a public agency. We'll do that at the end of the meeting, and we may have some action. Jeff, you want to lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adam, you want to do the prayer, please?
Yes, sir. I think first, if we could have a moment of silence and remembering Jody Hayden and his wife Caroline. Jody's a former state representative and served as an elected official. Heavenly Father, we come before you this day to give you great thanks and praise. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve our community. We are grateful, Lord God, for the past Thanksgiving. Pray that everyone was able to give thanks for the many blessings that you've placed upon us. We ask for your blessing on this meeting and those who are conducting the business of this county. We ask all this in the name of your Lord, our Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Approval of minutes first that you have received.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion from Keith, second by
Second.
Jeff. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then we have any public comment back there, Josh?
No, sir.
Hey. Bills and transfers. And Rhonda sent out a extra bill. Additional bills list. I don't think there's any transfers, or was there any?
I didn't see it. I'll make a motion we approve the bills as presented.
Second.
Motion from Jeff, second by Adam. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. County clerk has a 2025 budget amendment. Everybody get that? I know Adam, somebody said y'all didn't get the email or whatever. Did anybody got any questions on this? Jeanette, you want to talk about it a little bit?
It's not a whole lot. We're increasing the amount to $37,159.42 of excess fees for the year.
As of right now, the way I'm reading this, I should have called you, but and this goes through, what, November so far? You got this pretty much calculated. It could change a little bit or still,
Yes.
it'd be very little, right?
28 days left or whatever.
It may change like a bit. This is just an estimate.
Yeah. So this is your clerk here?
This is Chief Deputy Angela.
Chief Deputy.
Bookkeeper. Does an excellent job. I'm lucky to have her.
Apparently you're doing a pretty good job. You're gonna give us more money than what we had anticipated.
She does excellent.
So $37,159.42. Budget amendment, you're showing an increase in excess fees.
Correct.
We just accept this as a matter of record, or we want to approve it?
Need approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve the budget amendment for the county clerk. Second that.
That motion from Jeff, second by MT, more discussion. The total amount you're looking at is $495,888.88. Is that what we're anticipating? That y'all gonna turn over to the fiscal court?
That and maybe a little more.
Maybe a little more, okay. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you,
And
Jeanette. And
Angela.
Thank you,
Angela.
Angela.
Angela, how long you been there at the clerk's office?
15 years.
15 years. So you bringing, you still in training, or you training everybody else now?
Every time I go down there, she trains me.
Well, I'm sure that's a double, that probably need a little extra help with you, more than likely.
Thank you, Angela, for all
I
the
need
time
sign
you
this.
help.
Yes.
Thank you. Brad and John, see what y'all got on the public works.
And I'll send a public notice out, but December 12th is when the Sullivan Lane Bridge project will begin. That is the deck replacement. So we'll put up some signs and get that out to the news media and the schools. But that'll probably be down for a month, if I had to guess. On Stevens Lane Bridge, the hope is on Monday, a week from, or this coming Monday, that they pour the deck, and then, I'd probably have to sit there 2 weeks or so to cure, to make sure the brakes are good. So that one's probably still 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks out before we open it. We are out plowing snow currently. I think Mother Nature's going to help us out a lot today. It's pretty slushy, so it should peel right off. We shouldn't use much salt at all today. That's the goal. Then on the old courthouse, that's just a continuing project. It's a lot going on over there. I was informed the HVAC for the entire building should be done in about 2.5 weeks. It's working on the second floor. They're working on installing what they call the drops from the roof down to the basement, and then you got to split it out and come back up to your mini splits on the first floor. And then we'll get some heat in there, and then once they get heat in, then they can start doing the floor.
On those mini splits, how do they put that in the ductwork? I thought on a mini split, you set the outside unit, then you set the inside unit, and it blew out of the inside. No ductwork?
No ductwork.
No ductwork.
So each room more or less has its own little mini split.
That's all downstairs.
That's on the first floor.
That's
The
down.
second floor actually has ductwork
Yeah.
and your traditional HVAC systems.
Oh, okay.
I took a walk through one day last week, and it is amazing on that second floor how tall that ceiling was when that thing was first built. There's almost room for a whole nother floor.
We thought about that before,
It-
Brad brought it up.
But that had a, 15+ foot ceiling in there
I mean,
on that second floor. It's a
Very much a courthouse look to it.
yeah, it was neat.
That's all I have for today.
Well, so far, I'm gonna have to give the credit for snow of the year, the road department. I told the two reporters, they was out early, cleaning these roads up, so. So, they, Mother Nature might help a little bit, like you said, but,
We were very lucky.
we had a little bit more snow, as you said, toward the north.
Very much so. Chaplain area a lot more, actually south end. A lot of the roads were clear as we came in this morning, so like I said, the goal today is just getting plowed and try not to use yourself, to be honest with you.
These two, Rhonda and Carol, they both got four-wheel driving now, so I told them anybody needs to be picked up.
They take them up.
They go.
I'm sure we'll get more.
John,
Our garbage truck went out, just waiting until the sun to come up, but everybody should be on a regular schedule today. Might be just a little bit behind, but everything picked up for that. Water lines, Hurricane Hills, we're getting that wrapped up, just a few little punch list stuff, cleaning up the last bit of driveways and stuff like that, so get that wrapped up.
and the meters. So once you get the lines to the property, it's up to the individuals to
Yes,
get with the city,
yes,
pay their deposits, and get their meters installed.
Yes, so those customers, they originally put in their money to hook up. We have a spreadsheet of that, so I gave that spreadsheet to the city just to make sure that they're only hooking up the people that contributed to the project. And then if somebody else wants to add on later, they can pay them $5,000. But once we get done, everything hooked up then, on our end, then they can go to the city and then get that, basically pay your meter fee and get that hooked up, and then run your line to your house.
They've got both mine completed, correct?
Correct.
Think you did an excellent job.
What's both of yours, Keith?
For Robert Taylor Lane and Tony Prairie Lane.
I don't know why, but it seems like we've been in the south end a lot this year. You noticed that, Brad?
Might need to put a mailbox up there.
Brad Metcalf?
The only thing I have is, yesterday, we closed on our bidding for our, what we call our Power Phone app, or our emergency medical dispatch app. The only bidder that came back was Total Response. The total amount was $56,598. We do get a 10% discount before, if we order by the end of the year. So it was right around 50,000 and change. After this came in, we had some subsequent conversations with some different dispatch centers, or people that had some knowledge of dispatch centers around the state. And we think we found a better product that is going to be substantially cheaper, we think. In light of that, I'd just like to ask to throw this bid out, and we'll just start over and look at that. I'll come back to you once we get an idea of the cost and make sure it is something. We're trying to use things that other dispatch centers are doing, so we have some proven track record. This system here is a little bit untested. There's KSP tested it, they looked at it, and they didn't like it quite as much. So it had some glitches in it, so we'd just like to throw this bid out and start over.
And then you have
We did have our...
10.8 system that you had a meeting yesterday, so you got to make sure that's compatible with that.
Correct. Well, most all the systems are, but we did have our 10.8 meeting yesterday with all the agency heads there. It was very, very productive. We got a lot. We had to go through the minutia of a lot of the settings and things like that. How does a particular agency want something to be done, versus another agency? So it was very productive, and want to thank all the agency heads for coming in and doing that. We took about 2 hours to do that yesterday, so
yeah.
We're in very good shape. We're going to start doing our training probably second half of December, and still going to try to have the new system up and running around sometime in January. It may not be right at the first of the year, but we've also we had discussions with them and worked out our run numbers, so we won't have duplicate numbers. I think everybody's pretty comfortable with that now, so we should be there by the middle of January, so it's looking good.
So
You want a bid to, you want a motion to throw that bid out and to authorize to rebid?
I don't think we'll need to I don't think we'll have to bid the other program. I don't think it'll be that much, so.
But I'll make a motion that we throw out the bid for a later date.
A motion from Jeff to reject the bid from, who was it?
Total Response.
Total Response.
Second.
Second by, who was it? Adam. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Magistrate reports, Keith,
have no report?
MT,
No report, sir.
Jeff,
No, sir.
Adam.
That's it.
We've got new hires. I need to approve. Landfill solid waste, Ethan Colvin will be going full-time, and Travis Tennell, full-time driver and tipper. Need a motion from...
Motion to approve the new hire list is presented.
I'll second.
Motion by Adam, second by MT. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The Fiscal Court 2025 audit. We have to do an audit, and Rhonda, you want to talk about that for a minute?
I just need to get approval for Roy Hunter CPA to perform our audit for 2025. They've done our audit before when the state has informed us this year that they will not do the audit. They did it the year before. So they've given us the opportunity to go out, get a private CPA firm. So
Haven't we used this guy before?
we have used him several years before. So I'd like to go with them again. He quoted $16,800, which is $1,000 more than what they charged just 2 years ago, compared to the $25,000 we just paid to the state of Kentucky.
And the
to do
state
our audit
charges
last
us
year.
also for this, correct?
They will charge for the review of the audit. That's usually maybe around $1,000, but it's not near the.
So is it
cost
not
of having
unusual to
them.
just get one bid on something like this?
Yeah, they were the only firm that quoted for our audit. So we're a little delayed in getting it performed this year with us not being at the courthouse. So she's going to come in January if we approve her today, and she'll have us wrapped up a lot quicker than the state would have done anyway. So, but that's my recommendation.
So I need a motion to accept, what's the name of it?
Roy Hunter CPA.
Roy Hunter.
Got to make the motion to accept Roy Hunter, CPA's manager.
I'll second.
Was it MT? MT made a motion, second by Keith, to accept $16,800 to do our audit. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. I'm gonna skip down to the moratorium. If you've seen that in there, it's a process that we received this from the PVA. It allows them to give credit if somebody is remodeling I guess usually it's an older home, isn't it?
It looks like this one's 125 years old.
It is.
Yeah.
Just barely used.
Yeah. And then, so we approve, they're talking about the estimated total cost to rehab them was $50,000 to $60,000. So they're talking about the appraised value is $160,000. So I need a motion to approve this as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve it as presented.
Motion from Keith, second by MT. All in, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion
There
carries.
you go, Tom. Two-story brick.
For the record, I guess when you let him know it, I'll double check.
I'll send it away.
Michael's here with EMS, and we have a ambulance supplemental payment program. And I sent you that packet. I'm sure everybody read all this, since there wasn't but 13 pages. Keith, what do you think?
I don't think I read all 13 of them, just kind of went through the highlights.
Michael, you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yes, sir. This is basically a new program. We have been participating in the GMT program, or House Bill 8, for the last couple of years, which was put in place by the legislative body. This is an additional program that does the same payment, Medicaid payment. It's meant to take the supplemental payment and base it on our actual cost and make up the payment difference for the Medicaid payments. Although we are going through some audits right now with the House Bill 8 payments and everything, and we're actually going to come into the positive on that. A lot of counties, because it was based on historical data, their actual was not going to reflect as well. But this is an optional participation program. It requires a lot more information than just these are the number of Medicaid runs and this is what we bill for it. blah, blah, blah. It bases everything on cost and appreciation of capital equipment and everything. So we're asking to do this with this company, basically because there is a lot of paperwork and documentation that has to be put into it. They oversee the program, just like the other company, Myers and Stopper, oversees the House Bill 8 program. It's built into that statute that they get some payment. This one is, since it's optional, it's built in, so they would get 10% of whatever we were received in additional payment. We can opt out at any time. If we don't get any benefit out of it, they don't receive anything either. So
they get 10% of any additional funding that we receive.
right.
They manage it, and you just have to send a lot more paperwork.
Right.
And it is additional, in addition to how do they, what's the additional part, what's that based off of? Where does your baseline?
It's based on what you're receiving from the previous funds, the other program, but versus what your actual costs are. So we would have to get with Rhonda and be able to put in the cost of all the vehicles, salaries, everything, they put it in. So, you know, it's a federally funded program, so there's a lot of goes into it, but it does the depreciation on all your capital expenses, the building, salaries.
And so that number's figured annually, not something that's based in the past.
Right. We would start putting it in now, and we wouldn't start receiving any payments until January of 27. So it is still historical, but it's not. The other is catching up to itself now. So it's still going to be behind. Both programs are going to be a little bit behind, but
No, the contract runs to 29, and what I'm asking is the valuations that you pull from now till the end of next year.
Right.
You start receiving payments in January.
Right.
In 28 and 29, is that going to be based on this in 2026's information, or will that still drag 1 year basically? Will it be
it'll
concurrent?
still be a little bit behind.
But you're going to use 27s for 28's payments, 28's for 29 payments?
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
And, you know, the overall whole thing, we don't have to pay, like, right now, we're paying into the other one to be able to get the return. This one you don't. It's just based on your expenses for the prior year, and you receive payments. And I think it's going to be quarterly based as well.
Did you say a whole year from now, 2027?
Yeah. They are in the process, of course, you know, it's federal government and everything. The deadline was November, but they know that that's extended. They just don't know to where yet. Probably sometime in January for the information to be put in and everything. So
Oddly enough, the government is learning from its past behavior. The previous program, a lot of these ambulance companies are coming back and their estimations were way off. They're, you know.
Talking about private ones?
Well, private and public both, but some overestimated what they were going to get, and some were 6 figures off. So they had to actually write a check back into the payment, or back into the plan of $100,000 or more. We, you know, Michael and Rhonda and everybody have been very conservative with ours. We actually came out on the positive side. We underbilled ours just a little, so we're actually going to get a little bit more. But it is a lot of paperwork, and it's kind of like gap insurance, if you're familiar with that. You know, it closes that gap between what we're spending and what it actually getting from the insurance companies. So this will help close that gap a little bit further. And like Mike said, if they don't get anything, then we don't get anything. But we're getting 90% of something we're not going to get without them, so that's the benefit of it.
Well, if expenses start going down, are they going to have to kick some in? You think all expenses going down?
I don't foresee expenses going.
Yeah, right on our way.
And you have to be tied with a governmental entity to participate in this program. So it's not other private services.
Any more questions, y'all? I thought it's a no-brainer, really. It's just, and then we're not going to hire another secretary, but we're doing it. You're going to do it at nights and weekends.
I would make a motion that we approve the ambulance supplement payment program.
I'll second.
Motion by Adam, second by Jeff. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the opioid funds. If you see that, I'm hoping y'all got all this information. Basically, Justin's not here. We have about 170,000 in our opioid fund account. I don't mean everybody's gonna come and ask for it, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, Betty Hart with NilCare is asking for us to appropriate $5,000 out of our funds to offset the salary of Victoria Hoff. As you read in that letter, she oversees this program that we treat some of the inmates through the court system instead of putting them in incarceration in jail, basically. So, I've read it, I met with Betty, and the total cost of it, you can read all this stuff here. And at the end of the day, we're trying to help people get treatment where they won't be going in jail and going back in jail and so on. Judge Kelly is the one that's, I think, oversees most of this through his court. The data pretty much shows there's about a 61% success rate in 2025, so you can read Judge Kelly's letter. So it's just another program that's what the opioid funds are for. They use them to try to help people get off the problems that they've got. So according to the inmate, if you read the other letter about, I don't know if this is, well, anyway, it possibly saved up to $57,000 because it costs us $50.19 to put an inmate in per day at the jail. So if you read it all, I mean, I think it's
Toward helping that anyway.
I think it's a good start. And
And Betty, I know she called me, and I don't know if she left anybody else a message or not, and I talked to Justin, and he talked about the benefits of the services.
This would match the same contribution the city puts in as well.
Seems to be a very good use of the money. I'll make a motion that we approve this program.
Second.
motion from Jeff and second by Adam to accept this program. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Carol. This thing. You've got all these, right? You need anything? Do I need anything here? You just gonna put it in the fiscal court orders. I don't need to sign anything with her, I don't think, but I know,
And I walked in here,
key spot. I failed to mention going into this meeting that Magistrate Snow was not here and he could not get on Zoom today. So just for a matter of record, I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. And I need a motion to go out of regular session and executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Keith. Second by MT. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion that we leave executive session and go back into regular session.
Second.
Motion by Adam, second by Jeff. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Somebody's watching this on video. Are we live? We're not live?
No, I'm filming because they're live at the station. so I'll post it later.
I guess somebody's watching it up here, just according to this information I just got. Anyway, we're back in the regular session, so I've got 2 or 3 things I need to talk about. I'm gonna ask y'all, I don't know, I think you, hopefully you'll support it, but I want to, court give me approval to contract with, J. Richard Hill and Company. Approve this, give me the authority to approve the contract as presented to you to market the, what I call the old library. Give me approval to sign these contracts and so on.
I'll make a motion that we allow the judge to sign all documents for the approval of the contract with Richard Hill.
Motion from Jeff,
Second?
second by MT. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Make sure I get all that done on this. Next thing is, I have from APC Towers. We just built a new, well, they built a new, but this is Verizon, this company that does work with Verizon. They built a new tire in Colbert. So APC Tires, we have a lease agreement for $800 a month. And they want to buy the lease out instead of a 50-year contract. They'll pay us $200,000 up front. And I discussed this with people around and checking the history out, and I've been negotiating with these people. They started out at about $130,000, and I've got them up to $200,000. So I'm bringing it up to the magistrates now. You can't do a whole lot with $800 a month, and we thinking, you know, a few more years that, I don't know how many years, according to all the specialists, the tires may be obsolete one day, and they can get out of the lease the way it's written. It's a 5-year lease and renewable for, what, 5 years. So we feel like we take this money up front and be better that we can use for the community. So I need a motion, and it's just a lease. They're buying out a lease. They're not buying any of the land.
Yeah.
They're buying out a lease. Need a motion.
I will make a motion that we approve the rental buyout by APC Towers at the price of $200,000.
Motion from Adam.
Now, second.
Second by Jeff. Any more discussion?
Got clarification on the term of this? They're buying the entire 50 year?
Or shorter term, whichever comes.
Whichever.
And it does not include the sale of any land whatsoever?
No.
At any point?
No, they're just prepaying the lease payment.
Prepaying the rent.
And we maintain the ownership of the land, just for.
Are they going to knock off what rent they pay? Or is the check going to be for $200,000?
Whatever they've already paid, they paid, so we've got that in addition. And we retain our lease back agreement with them for our emergency service antennas if we need them. We're going to wait and see if we build the Holy Cross Tower and it gets us the coverage we think it will. We may not need to use that tower, so that would save us another $7.
Well, wasn't that part of the lease agreement that we, that came up with the $800 a month because we were going to put some of our equipment up on top of that tower?
No, $800 a month is pretty standard across.
Yeah, that's fairly standard, but
For a monthly payment anyway.
They just agreed to let us put it.
Yeah, they just agreed to do that.
And that still will stay on this.
That's right.
and I'll get into fine line now. If there's some stuff I don't like, I won't sign it. I'll get with Mr. County Attorney over here to make sure we got all the.
Just be sure we're doing it.
Do it right. Have a motion from, who was it, Adam, and then second by Jeff. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Third thing is, I've got a spreadsheet here that I can give to anybody who wants it. The $200,000, why it's important is because we're working on the old courthouse, and our bid was like 1.4 million or whatever it is. And as you get into any kind of remodeling, you have some change orders. So we've got some deducts and we've got some additions. And I've got a spreadsheet here, pretty much tells it we have agreed to move some wiring for the, I guess the lights and speaker systems and all that we didn't anticipate. We are going to put a professional speaker system and a camera system in the courtroom while we're doing this that we didn't have in the original bid, because we was trying to save as much money as we could then. And a few other little things on here. And then we did get 2 insurance claims, $18,700 and another $32,000 that goes toward this. So at the end of the day, I need the court to give me approval to sign change orders as needed on the old courthouse. And the total here as of today, it looks like it's about a $97,000 difference. And we'll be using money out of this entire lease sale to pay for that. So give me authority to do some, sign the change orders as presented.
Just these, not additional, right?
Nothing additional.
And I'll make a motion that we allow the judge to sign the documents for the change orders as listed on the spreadsheet.
Motion from Jeff.
Second.
Second by MT. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The last thing is, I want to declare December 26th a holiday for all the county employees. We do know that some of the emergency services, police and all them have to work. Ron, how's that work? You want to explain it a little bit more? When they get an extra holiday as far as the pay,
All
they get
full-time-
their 8? Go ahead.
All full-time employees would receive 8 hours of holiday pay on December 26th, this year only. And then anyone who is working that day as well also gets holiday pay for the hours that they work, in addition to the hours, to the regular.
They would get an additional 8 hours
Yeah,
of holiday
if it's,
pay.
right, if it's
Not, they never,
no more than 8.
Need a motion to declare December 26th holiday this year only for the county employees.
I'll make that motion.
I will second that.
Motion for MT, second by Adam. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn
Motion adjourned.
by Adam,
Second.
second by Keith. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now,